So Copenhagen, they've been quite admirable, I would say, so far in this competition. But this is the end of the road for them. The Danish league restarted 18th of February. They have their winter break, and they've won 2 of 3 since the restart. But they did lose 2-0 out, 2-0 last time out against Midtjylland. So I like a bet here that gives us a couple of outs, Baz. I like to factor in a couple of things. The bet is Manchester City to win and there to be over 3.5 goals in the game. That's 21-20 plus 105. Because we've got the two routes of City can spank them completely. City do this in the Champions League quite a lot. They could run up to 5 or 6, no problem. Or Copenhagen could chip in with one, and City might just do them in 3-1. A little bit like we saw today against Manchester United. That sort of thing today is absolutely perfect. So Man City to win and over 3.5 goals is 21-20 plus 105, Barry.
Right. I can talk you out of that pick very easily. No. When I give you my pick, you realise you don't need your pick. I think there's, and I'm on the same wavelength. I think there's little doubt City will get the job done. Obviously, to what extent and how do you play it with City at 1-7? 3-1 up from the first leg, 3-1 win today, 6-2 through the week. So that did break that little mini streak of low-scoring games. The Champions League form saw them win all 6 games. At home, they won all 3, scoring 3 goals in each of them. They had a 3-1, a 3-2, and a 3-0. They did face Copenhagen in the group stage last year as well. So there is some recent head-to-head form. They beat them 5-0 at the Etihad last season. I'm not going to go too much into Copenhagen's domestic form because I don't think it really feeds into this whatsoever. Champions League on the road this year, they lost 1-0 to Man United, but did pick up a couple of good draws. Bayern and Galatasaray, they did go away and get a draw. But I think this, like you, I think it's a bridge too far. City will put them to bed. I think City will cruise to a comfortable victory. They might concede again. Like you say, it could be a 3-1, could be a 4-0. They do... I mean, City concede often enough, and you could take the City total, but you've got to take City to score 4 to get plus money. On a handicap, you need to take City to win by 3, which again, they might do that. But I think the safer play for me is just to take over 3.5 goals. So Copenhagen can help us out, and if not, then a repeat of last year's form, you still hit it anyway. But Malcolm, I'm getting evens, plus 100 for Man City for over 3.5 goals. You don't even need to tag Man City on it. What are you getting out of it?
Madrid's home form in the league is outstanding, 1-11 drawn 2, unbeaten. No real patterns in the over-under, both teams to score, but Leipzig's form is just really middling, and their away form particularly is not great. They've only won 5 of 12 in the league. So I don't want to factor Leipzig into this, Baz. I just thought Madrid are good enough to win by 2. That was it. It was that simple. So I like the unders is fine. The 2-0 that Harry throws out is absolutely fine. I think Madrid on the handicap at 11-8 plus 137 represented decent value for me, Baz. So I'll stick with that. Dead simple.
I think Real Madrid win. I think Real Madrid qualify. But then whether can Leipzig keep it tight? Because Madrid are rarely blowing teams away at the moment. And that's what stood out to me. Only once in the last 8 games have Madrid scored more than 2 goals. 5 of the last 7 games for Madrid have gone under 2.5 goals as well, including the first leg of this one. I think Madrid will win it, but I think it could be low scoring again. And I think the unders represents a bit of value. So my pick, Real v Leipzig, I'm going to go for the under 2.5 goals at 6-4. I like the 2-0 correct scoreline. I think Real Madrid will coast to a comfortable enough win. 2-0 is 8-1 Real Madrid.